Okay, hello guys, I am here with a Guild Wars 2 build video. I am going to be showing you guys a Retaliation Guardian build that I recently made myself. I don't see a lot of Guardians running Retaliation heavy things, and with the recent update to Guardian traits, a lot more Guardians are being run and stuff, and there's more build viability. This build does pretty decent damage and is pretty decent on survivability. It's not the squishiest, but it's not the tankiest. And here we go.
Go ahead, hit it. Save yourself. Stand your ground. Kill shot.
Right, as you saw, it was a pretty decent amount of damage and survivability off of this build with the utilities. Right, let's go into our traits. Now for this build you want to run 25 into Zeal, 20 into Radiant, and 25 into Virtues. Virtues usually wasn't very good. Most people would just run into 5 for the Inspiration Virtue trait. And as you can see, if you popped any of your Virtues, Justice would give you Might, Resolve would give Regeneration, and Courage would give Protection. But with the new updates to the traits, it's pretty good to go into at least 25 because you deal extra damage for every boon that you have on you, and Guardians are pretty good for keeping a lot of boons on them at all times. And this build also has very decent boon duration. Absolute Resolution, activating Virtue of Resolve, removes 3 conditions. Now that right there is really good. So, say you're up against a Mesmer or a Necromancer and they stack Confusion and the new condition Torment. Just pop your Resolve and there, it's gone. And it converts it into a boon. Or does it convert into a boon? I can't remember. Either way, it's pretty good. And, of course, we're going with Retaliation, so Retaliation lasts longer with Vengeful. For the other traits, it's pretty good with Searing Flame. Now onto Radiance. In Radiance, we want to go all the way up to 20 for Searing Flames, which is good because Guardians apply Burning pretty frequently, and with the weapon set of a Scepter or a Greatsword, you can stack up burnings pretty quickly. Not to mention popping Virtue of Justice would do a lot of instant damage. Not to mention it gives burning to your allies. So, yeah, moving boons is pretty good. Whenever we use a healing skill, we'll receive Retaliation. Retaliation is what this build is made around, so it's good to have this. And for the heal, I've opted to choose Shelter because I've been interrupted many times with the other heals, so it's a pretty decent heal, and its block is key because you won't be interrupted when you try to get it off. Now, for Zeal, you want to go to 25 for Symbolic Power. Your symbols will do a lot more damage, which is good because Greatsword's number 4 ability, Symbol of Wrath, will do a lot more damage. Its duration is pretty long, and its Retaliation is really good. We're going to go with Zealous Blade because it's a personal preference, but I guess you could opt to choose something else for this trait. but I'm using this one because of the 5% extra damage, and greatsword attacks will heal me. And Fiery Wrath because, like I said, if you're good with your virtues, you'll be setting enemies on fire a lot. And with elementalists around, they can cause burning. Well, a lot of dual daggers cause burning. So, you'll hurt a lot more against someone that's on fire. And symbols will, you'll create a symbol when you're low on HP. So if something gets close, and your symbols do a lot of damage. I've managed to down a couple of people when they're close to me like this. But enough of that, we're going into the rune set and items that I've chosen to go with. Now, for this build, I've chosen to go with a full set of runes of the Flame Legion, with one of them, with one being a superior rune of fire. The reason I do this is because at 6 you deal another 5% more damage against burning foes, and you've got a 5% chance to cause a 1-second burn when you're hit. So you're applying more burns more frequently, thus dealing more damage. And your burn duration also lasts a lot longer. Now, for the Scepter and Focus, you could choose really anything that you want for these, but this is a personal preference. I've chosen to go with Sigil of Purity and Healing for the Scepter and Focus. You could put anything, I guess, that you want on the Great Sword. Alright, enough with the jargon, it's time to put the build into play.